You're welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Celebrations are still going on in Osun State, where earlier this morning, Senator Adamu of the People's Democratic Party was declared winner of the governorship election that was conducted on Saturday. On the other hand, it has, by the looks and sound of it, been a sobering morning for the ruling All Progressives Congress, which candidate, Governor Gboyega Oyetola, failed to secure a second term in office. How much oxygen can this development deprive APC going into the business end of politicking ahead of the 2023 general election? Well, joining us now to share his thoughts on this and a number of other situations unfolding in the polity is Senator Adamu Abdullahi, the National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress. Good morning, distinguished Senator. Good to have you join us today.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
Very well. Thank you so much. Well, let's start off with the Osun election, the governorship election. This is the third of the elections that are off-season, and it turned out that your party has lost that election. Recall, sir, that in November of last year, there was the Anambra election won by APGA. You picked Ekiti last month, but you have lost this one. My first question to you is, how did this news come to you, and have you consulted to know the position that your party will take? And then secondly, possibly more importantly, is that how will you assess what led to your loss in Osun State? Because people are now saying that it looks like APC has now labored in vain, given what your standard bearer said at the grand finale of the campaign, where he threw a subtle jab the other mushroom parties, that he called them. What will you attribute to this loss, and how are you taking it?
With due respect, my dear brother, I am hearing the result from you. I have not formally had announcement, from INEC, which is the independent commission responsible for election in Nigeria. I have not heard from them yet. Once I hear formally from INEC, I can be in a position to answer this question, this particular question.
INEC, sir, actually made a formal announcement early this morning. And if you check the cover of this day newspaper today, the breakdown, PDP won 17 out of the 30 local government areas, while APC won 13. So there was a former live telecast announcement from INEC, and it has been reported in the media too. I'm surprised that you're just hearing this for the first time, Chairman.
Between me and you, I have not formally been the receipt from INEC, and I have not read the paper you are talking about today. I do read papers before I have my breakfast. Those papers get them at table I read before I have my breakfast. I haven't read that news yet.
Have you spoken with your candidate, the governor of Osun State in Osun? Have you spoken to him at all, or your team in Osun State?
I have not spoken with him yet.
All righty, but we've spoken to people in Osun State, and contrary to what you say you haven't heard, we know that the official tally for now is that the PDP took 403,371 votes, while the APC candidate took 375,027 votes, a difference of some 28,000 votes. If it is confirmed to your satisfaction that this is the official outcome of the election, will the APC accept defeat in Osun?
Thank you very much, my dear sister. I don't like preempting my situations. If you are patient, since you are in a position to know the results, wait for me to get the result also. You can come back to me. You can get back to me, and I will always be willing to talk to you about it. Until I hear from the Independent Election Commission formally, or my people in the control room confirm to me, yes, this is the result, of course, I will abide by it. But just coming for an interview with you first in the morning and you giving me figures, you are not INEC.
The figures are from INEC.
We're giving figures.
We're not INEC.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right about that. But let's, considering the fact that you haven't seen the papers and haven't heard, the outcome of this, could you just give us an idea of what your expectation of the outcomes will be? What do you expect will happen?
Expectations are what you have during campaigns. Elections took place yesterday. To the best of my knowledge, coalition was going on through the night, and until I get the result, I would not speculate.
All right, let me speak to you about the position of your party towards the 2023 general elections. It is a known fact now that you are proceeding with a Muslim ticket, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the former governor of Borno State, Shetima. You know, of course, what has trailed this choice. People are saying that it runs contrary to the mood of the nation, and that the Christians especially will feel alienated by this choice. I think part of the reason why people are saying that is not just because the standard bearer and his running mates are Muslims. Your good self, the chairman of APC, is also a Muslim. It looks to many people that APC, therefore, is running a strictly Muslim hierarchy at the top, and that people feel alienated that this is the situation that they have found themselves. Do you think that this is something that might work against the party at the general elections, given what we know to be a fact that has happened in Osun State?
Thank you very much. Ordinarily, and between me and you and the God who created me, I respect the views of people and the politics about people. And I cannot, for any reason, tell you I don't care what anybody feels. I do care. But this is Nigeria for you and me. We are inhabited by Christians and Muslims, yes. And we are involved in multi-party politics in Nigeria, yes. And every party, in its own value judgment, will place on the platform the candidates they feel best they can win election with. It's as simple as that. This is politics, and whether you are Muslim or you are Christian, you know that God himself does not act in vain. The Bible says it, the Quran says it, our hadith says so, and our position regarding what you are talking about cannot be any different. We are human beings, and we do things to the limit of our understanding and and wishes, and try to work to get to the desired destination, with the combination of the aspirants that we have.
All right, Senator Abdullahi.
It's not about choosing a Muslim or choosing a Christian. And a TV station like yours cannot have emphasis on religion being the determinant of political behavior. I don't believe that. I have not been too close to you, but your profile that I've gotten from this distance tell me that you cannot be seen as being parochial, that religion is the in thing. Unless you do certain things, certain ways, you cannot get your way. I'm not yet in that school of thought. I'm sorry.
Right, but in light of ethno-religious sensibilities that actually exist in this country, do we understand that there was absolutely no competent Christian vice presidential candidate that could have been identified within the APC? And secondly, there are members of your party that this decision does not actually sit well with, as they feel that their concerns have been ignored. How do you reconcile these at a time when it has never been more important to have a unified front?
My dear sister and our esteemed audience, I respect the views of my Christian brothers and sisters. No doubt about it. I'll be extremely insensitive not to be accommodating on that. But the fact of the matter is we have a platform called the APC. And when the APC speaks, mine is to lead it along the direction.
Let me ask you, Senator Abdullahi, I understand your point about electability, winning elections with another Muslim running mate to a southern Muslim that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed is. But again, these are issues that you can't wish away. On the one hand, are you saying that, yes, while you respect Christians in Nigeria, are you saying that their votes might not matter because you think that the only way that you can win the election will be through a Muslim ticket?
I think your mind is, I'm sorry, your mind is working on the extreme on that.
Okay.
I will never, ever say that the Christian vote doesn't matter. That would be the last thing I would say in my life in politics. And that's not a fair one. That's not a fair shot. I'm sorry.
Do you think that a Muslim ticket will be pleasing to those who are not of the same faith? That's the point that I'm actually trying to make.
The fact of the matter is everything you do in this world, somebody wins, somebody loses. Simple as that. The position you occupy today in channels, somebody wanted it, but God chose you to be there, and you are there.
Is Arise News TV actually, sir?
It's as simple as that.
Is Arise News? Is Arise News the TV station?
Arise, sorry, yes, sorry. It's Arise. I have read it this morning with you. Thank you very much.
All right.
All righty.
The second part of the question that I was going to ask is that in the event that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his running mate win in 2023, do you think that as a Muslim chairman of the party, that you'll be able to retain your position as the chairman, given the fact that it will look like all Muslim at the top? Again, I apologize that I'm returning to that, but these are issues that we can't leave it off.
Very kind of you being so concerned. I do not count my chickens before they are hatched. Wait for 2023. Let's hold the outcome of the election, and you will see the fair person in me and our party. Thank you.
All righty, let's switch gears a little bit and broaden out this conversation to the concept of lawsuits being filed because of placeholder running mates changing. That is something that has been an issue that the current opposition party, the PDP, are having to face, but also within the APC. Can you give us your thoughts on lawsuits being filed against the APC on the grounds of placeholder candidates and running mates? What do you think about that situation?
I don't understand you.
All righty.
I'm sorry, I do not understand you.
There have been...
Can you come again, please?
Sure. There have been issues surrounding the choice of running mates, not only within the PDP, but also at the Labour Party, also within the APC, regarding substituting running mates. If we're looking at the APC specifically, what do you have to say about this? What is the party's position in this regard to having to face the prospect of lawsuits as it pertains to changing running mates?
Look, the laws of this land are absolutely clear. No matter how mischievous any one of us want to be, there is a law. As far as the APC is concerned, I won't answer for any other party but for APC. As far as the APC is concerned, we had a convention, and the convention chose its candidate for the 2023 election. Within the space, legal space available to us, and to give us room to go through the candidates that may be desirous of being, running mates or our presidential candidate, we had to submit a name that will hold the position before our nomination. The laws of Ireland, INEC, beg your pardon, does allow for this. If it doesn't, we will not contemplate doing so. We've done it in the confines of the dictates of the law of this country, the laws or electoral laws, and there's nothing to really lose sleep over that. We'll now have a running mate and we'll submit to INEC. Simple.
Yeah, but PDP has gone to
court. Why do we want to complicate very, very simple thing?
No.
Let the court. If you say PDP has gone to court, let the court decide. It's not for me on this program to decide or to give an opinion. If it's in court, it's sub judice anyway.
It's actually your reaction that we are interested in, given the fact that what PDP...
No. But for your information, my brother, I am a lawyer by my calling. And once a case is in court, it is sub judice. You don't want my comment on it, and I won't do it beyond what I've told you now.
Okay, let's discuss the case.
The PDP that went to court, you can go to them and they probably...
All right, let's talk about the other matter that is not in court, but which is within the public domain, and that has to do with the issues surrounding the names that your party has submitted to INEC, and that involves the senatorial candidates in Akwa Ibom and in Yobe. That's the sitting, the former minister of Niger Delta, Akpabio, and the sitting president of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan. The argument is that they did not properly participate in the primary elections because they were already running to be president. They lost out on the day of the primaries, but then your party has sent their names to INEC as the candidates of the party. Can you clarify to Nigerians what the position of things are? Is it possible that somebody or some people will have run to be president at the primary elections and then turn around when candidates have emerged as senators, and all of a sudden, before the expiration of the deadline, you submitted the same names of the people who lost out while they were running for president? Will you clarify that for us, please?
Thank you very much. The homework you need to do, Arise, is to see if there is any latitude within the confines of the law governing that particular exercise. Is there anything that you have seen, have read, or heard that once you contest one particular election and you lose, you cannot, under any circumstances, contest for any other thing within the same timeline of the elections that we're talking about, 2023?
It's not just about the latitude in the election. It's about the fact that candidates did emerge properly, and you know what happened in Yobe, that
You see,
Go on, sir.
my brother, my is that when you interpret any document, any written thing, there are what we call, golden rules of interpretation. And one of them is mischief rule. And I'm afraid that you should not run yourself into having mischief misinterpretation of what you are talking about.
All right, Chairman, are you confirming, therefore,
if we have not done the right thing, INEC is there to determine our wrong. The courts are also there to determine our wrong.
Yes.
It is not for me and you to decide on this program that we're wrong.
But can you,
that we're right.
Can you confirm that Akpabio,
in conclusion, no,
and Dr. Awel Lawan,
of course, it's a notorious fact.
Okay.
Hold it.
Yeah.
It is a notorious fact that Lawal, who is Senate President, contested for the presidency of this country. It is also true that Akpabio contested for the presidency. It's a notorious fact. Nobody can deny that fact.
So I'm asking that they will be your candidates as senators in Akwa Ibom and in Yobe State. That's what I'd like you to confirm, please.
Say that again, please.
I said the two gentlemen that you have mentioned, even though they lost at the primaries for presidential election, they will be your candidates for the senatorial elections in their jurisdictions.
They will be candidates provided they satisfy the requirements of the law as laid down by the Electoral Act and the guidelines of INEC. And nobody can dispute that.
Okay. Let's take a closer look at the APC now. There have been reports released today I'm hoping that you would have had a chance to look at some dailies, some newspapers this morning, whenever you get the chance. But let me do you a favor of saying that.
But for this your interview.
Yes.
But for this your interview, I'd have been reading the dailies.
All righty. Well, let me.
You're taking my precious time that I would have read.
Let me do you a favor. Let me break some news to you then before we let you go then. There have been reports that 192 lawmakers are planning to defect from the APC. That's according to Babachir.
Babachir Lawal.
Yeah, Babachir Lawal. Is that something you've heard of? What can you tell us about those planned defections?
For what? For what reason?
What reason are they planning to defect? I was hoping that you could tell me.
Sorry?
I was hoping you could tell me why they're planning on defecting.
No. You see, as a national chairman of our great party, it is not in my place to lead by speculation. All right? I'm aware. Babachir has made it clear that he didn't like the idea of a Muslim ticket. It's no secret. It's a notorious fact. All right? But I'm not aware that 100, what figure did you give? 100 and what?
192.
Legislators are leaving APC.
Yes.
That 192 are leaving APC for whichever party of your imagination. I'm sorry, I wish I can draw a line between you and Arise, but now I take the two of you together. I've not heard that. I'm just hearing it from you. You know.
But that shouldn't be a surprise to you, Chairman. That shouldn't come as a surprise to you, knowing that the president himself, the president himself intervened when about 20 senators were going to leave your party. You know, were going to defect from APC to another party.
I'm sorry. I agree with you.
Yes.
I want to tell you one thing, please. As a fellow Nigerian, I have seen something that you may not have seen yet in your life in Nigeria. I have gone through the threads of Nigerian politics more than you probably have seen or even read. All right? There's no doubt in the fact that during seasons like this, they are bound to be given and taken. They are bound to disagreements. People may lose certain elections that they desire to have, and as a result of the loss, they may get offended. They may not agree with the way and manner they lost, and they are free to express themselves. All right? And many people, everybody has got his way of expressing him or herself in any given situation. That cannot on its own, take us to the conclusion that you are quoting Babachir or whoever saying 192 legislators. I don't know, from the National Assembly or from the State Assembly, I don't know, you have not specified. I believe that is fake. I'm reluctant to say it is fake news, and I don't want to associate Arise with that kind of news.
All right.
I'm sorry. I respect your outfit, and I think you let us, excuse me, please. Let's be positive as much as possible. You are a Nigerian as much as I am. All right. The fact that I'm a chairman of a party does not make any difference as far as our sense of patriotism for this country is concerned. All right. You don't fly bad news deliberately. Knowing it is fake, it is false, and you still use your medium to promote it. I respect you so much that I don't
No, sir, that's not what's happening here.
We are actually asking you to verify this. You are on the inside, and we are simply reading what we have from a daily.
I have told you, you know as much as I do. The media you are in, I was in this thing called, what do you call it, estate, all right? And
what's the state of
the way we practice it when I was there is a bit different, all right? But yeah, instead of the way we practiced it is a bit different. I do know time changes, things are bound to change, but between me and you, you do not, as a fundamental rule, you do not promote a thing that you have no proof of yourself.
All right, Senator Abdullahi, we have to come in there.
No. We must settle on this. Yeah, because you are a watchdog. Okay? And you must be sure you've seen the person when you want to back at it or at him. You've seen an obstacle You watch his movement, you start backing for your master to know that something is wrong. And you are calling his attention to it or her attention to it. You don't just, you and me know that most of these media houses, some of them, they spread fake news. You know that very well. How many times have people gone to court? How many times have we reached and said, look, apologize this, or withdraw this, or so thing will happen? No, please, at your level, at the executive level, please, let's promote positivity.
But, but Chairman, let me
in the interest of this country.
Let me remind
in the interest of democracy.
Let me remind you, Chairman, only a couple of days ago, you personally spoke on TV saying that you were aware that some people, were thinking of leaving your party, and that, it's up to them. Those who would choose to stay should stay, and those who might want to leave can leave. Why, therefore, are you appearing, surprised that Babachi Lawal is saying that 190 people? I'm sorry. With due respect to you and your station, I did say I accept the right of every Nigerian to do what his conscience dictates. I say so. Yes.
I say so, and I will not withdraw that statement. And I have, at a time, gone to the National Assembly. When there were insinuations on the floor, there were statements on the floor of the House, speculation that some people are going to decamp to some other parties because they lost their positions in the primaries. I never denied this. I went personally, I talked to them, and I know what the situation is today. And for anybody to come and say, well, now 192 people are going to leave, no, please. I'm not saying it's impossible. Try to understand me. I'm not saying it's not possible. It can happen, but it is not happening. It is not happening, with due respect.
So what is your approach as a party to pretty much unifying? Let's not get lost in the semantics of it. We understand what you're saying, it's not 100 and something. Let's forget about that number. I need a second, please. Chairman. How are you unifying your party in the event we already have we have an understanding of your approach to it, your sentiments? You say, look, people are grown, they can decide to go whichever way they want to. But as a party that you're asking Nigerians to put their faith in you, we want to know that you're a unified front. How are you, as the chairman of this party, addressing that, please, sir?
Thank you very much, my dear sister. One of my fundamental responsibilities as chairman is to unite my party, or our party. And in doing so, every member of this party is extremely important. Extremely important. It will be sad that we lose one single member of the party. If anything, my duty also includes our effort to get people from other parties to join us, and to those independents who are having no party at this point in time to join our party. It is a duty I owe, along with members of my working committee. All right, we can't get out of that fold. It is a continuing process. We have to continue working at it. We have to energize it as much as possible. Where there are weaknesses, we have to take steps that are necessary to strengthen such weak points, because we believe that the strength of the chain is the weakest link. So we appreciate this and we respect this. The day I find I cannot do this, the day I have reason to believe that no, all I can do is over, I can't do any better than this, and the party is on the bad side of the hopes of its members, that day you won't see me on that seat.
Mr. Senator, you're on the seat now, thankfully. Thankfully for us, you're still on the seat now. And as you are well aware...
I thought after this you say you wish me luck.
I don't think you need luck. But talking about the future and this general election that is fast approaching, it's no secret that the APC obviously wishes to hold on to power. And it is going to be a tough fight, just like any other election. Talk to us about how the APC plans to retain power come the general elections.
Well, what we have to do is to take a look at what Nigerians are saying, take a look at what Nigerians are going through, and see the best way we can to get them out of any situation that is not conducive for living, for life. We will continue to do this. It's a continuing process in the act of governance. And as for the strategy we will adapt to win election, you don't expect me to come on this Arise program and disclose our strategies for winning election.
And you can, feel free.
When I'm not sure who is talking to. No party says, lays its plan bare. We'll do this, it's also placed to win social election. We'll take this strategy to win election, also placed. No party does this. Even the most civilized democracies, the most advanced democracies, you don't get the kind of stuff. Where you have specific issues, of course, you confront them. You deal with them. And where you are campaigning, you must weigh the pulse of membership of your party. You must weigh the pulse of the nation is completely, as a whole, and see how you can drive your campaign towards that direction such that you can, be in a position to win the election that you confront or that confronts you. Ours will be no exception.
All right, Senator Adamu, do you see PDP and the Labour Party in particular posing a major challenge? PDP has just demonstrated capacity by winning Osun State. I'm sure the news will soon come to you. We know that is the position as things are. So PDP has demonstrated capacity. Labour is doing so well in terms of a movement online. Do you think that they will give you a major challenge going to 2023 elections?
Honestly, I have never, ever underestimated the capacity of my opponents. I will not do so now. This is not my first time as chairman of a party. I have been secretary of a party. I have been chairman of a party, though at a lower level, at the state level, for years. And I have faced elections. I have won some, I have lost some. I have no reason whatsoever to doubt my opponents. The gentleman who is chairman of PDP is a good friend of mine. We've known ourselves ever before we ever knew we'd get to these positions. Peter Obi, I knew him when he was governor of Anambra State. I visited him when I was governor. Or when I was minister, I think, when I was governor. And these are people that mean well, as far as I'm concerned, from their outbursts. They mean well. They are well-grounded. I don't have doubts on that. So I have no reason whatsoever to underestimate their ability to lead their people, to lead their party to victory. I don't have that. But I am telling you that we are better organized. We have a higher number of followership. We have got a register of members of our party, and we can tell you, you can verify it. These other parties don't quite have. We, as of this moment I'm talking to you, we have 22 states.
One you've lost one now. You've just lost one.
Well, this is Arise now. This is Arise now. This is Arise now. Please, until I get that, let's not get on that. Let's put some life in the interview. And I don't have any reason to believe I'll lose. But I'm not being overconfident. I'm not saying that because we have 22 states right now, even if you take the one you talk of taking, your simple arithmetic will tell you what is left for us. And that will take us to the election. And I don't contemplate any situation that will make us lose election 2023. But that is also saying we don't have to work for it. We are working for our victory, and by the grace of God, victory will be ours in 2023.
In working for your victory, will you say that part of the strategy that you have not revealed included the visit of 3 of your governors, the Lagos, Ekiti, and Ondo State governors, visiting Rivers State Governor Wike last week? Would that be part of your strategy because it was obvious that it was political in nature? Are you trying to woo Governor Wike into APC?
In as much as I read the story in some national dailies, 1 or 2 national dailies, the governors you're talking about have not discussed that mission with me, nor have they discussed the outcome of the mission with me. I therefore cannot comment on it. Thank you.
All right, let's go to the issue of what led to the emergence of your standard bearer. The president, President Muhammadu Buhari, has been talking, and I'm sure you're aware that yesterday he was with the Emir of Katsina, where he revealed what led to what and how he got a list of 30 potential candidates, but that he allowed the process to determine who emerged. But we know that at a time, few days to that primary election, it didn't look like you were going to support Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And as a matter of fact, there was an announcement suggesting that Senate President Ahmed Lawan was the choice of the party. What happened? Can you clarify to us what position you took? And does it mean that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerged without your support?
What? I'm sorry, that's another wrong shot, an unfair shot from you. I can tell you without any equivocation whatsoever that every party has a process. And these processes have got timelines. And what happened ultimately, as far as the constitution of the party is concerned, there was a national convention of the party. And the national convention of the party elected Ahmed Bola Tinubu as his candidate. Immediately that happened, I said the party has spoken. And I am absolutely with the position of the party. And I will lead the party the best I can to ensure we win 2023 election, period.
Are you sure that you will enjoy Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's trust, given the role that he probably thinks that you played?
I am not. I'm not. I don't play God. I have done what my conscience tells me to do. I am following his candidature. I'm working for his candidature. What he does with his feeling about me or about anybody in the party is for you to go and ask him, not me. I've done that. I've done what I can. I led the party, the convention. I gave him handed over the party flag to me and President Muhammadu Buhari to him. And I'm working to see that he succeeds Muhammadu Buhari in 2023 by the grace of God. Period. I don't go, you see, I don't speculate. I don't speculate. I don't speculate. I'm a realist.
What would be your words of advice to us?
I can't determine the thinking of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as president. I can't do that. What he thinks about me, what he thinks of what I did or didn't do, these are all secrets within your kind of realm. I'm sorry, I won't use your precious time in response to that particular aspect of the question. But in broad terms, I am working by the grace of God to deliver the government of APC under, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, by the grace of God. That is what my mission, that's the mission I'm leading the party to, and that's the mission we hope we will accomplish.
Senator Abdullahi, what do you care about? What is in terms of what Nigerians should expect from what your plans are for your party going into next year? What is it that you care about? We're not going to talk about the things you don't care about anymore. Let's talk about what you're interested in. We want to hear from you on that.
Look, I'm a party chairman. And the whole idea is for us to study, like I said earlier in this interview, what are the major problems? How are we going to face them the best we can, the best circumstances will permit us to do? That we will do. And the whole thing about any government is that it brings the maximum good to maximum number of the population as much as possible. That's our intention. Anything outside that, is not being contemplated by anybody in the APC. We want to win, and we want to be able to release or ease the problems that the country has, whether it's economical or political or security or whatever. The whole thing about governance is to keep addressing these issues until you get to the promised land. This is what we will do.
But the issues are very clear, Senator Adamu. You said you will do the needful in terms of what Nigerians consider to be the issues, but they are pretty clear. The economy is in bad shape. You know that. ASU has been on strike for 5 good months. What will be your thoughts on that before President Buhari leaves office? Fuel has become a challenge. Insecurity will probably be number one. More people have lost their lives. More people have been kidnapped between 2015 and 2022 than previously. Those are the issues that Nigerians are battling with, and I believe that you know them. How are you tackling them, and how do you think that the new government, if APC wins, will tackle them much more than how a former general, the current president, has tackled them? That's what we're asking you, sir.
Thank you very much for that. There's no denying the fact that we face very serious security problems. No doubt about it. But I will urge your fair mind to accept the fact that the security challenges we face today did not start with this administration of the APC. Secondly, yes, it was one of the major items on our agenda for the country in 2015 election. Somehow, Nigeria is not an island unto itself. There are things that are happening around us which affect us directly or indirectly, and our leaders, our government has been doing everything possible to see that we overcome the problem. But somehow, we still are very much in it. And the whole thing is that we'll continue to do the best we can until we're able to get to the promised land with the issue of security. It's a well-known fact that before Buhari came into government, you and me know in reality what's happened in the security situation. You couldn't go to churches, you couldn't sleep with your 2 eyes closed. We came with the hope that we can or will be able to eradicate this or minimize it the best possible. Somehow, this we have not been able to achieve to our satisfaction at this point in time. But no government gives up. And if you take a look at what's happening around the world on the issue of security, bad, sad as our own situation is, we're not alone, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we're not alone. See what's happening in America. See what's happening even in the UK. See what's happening in France. All right? We see sometimes, our country is our country. We love our country. And what happens here is of paramount importance to us. Primary importance to us. I agree with that totally. But the fact of the matter is, we are not living in isolation of what is happening generally in the universal environment.
All right.
And we'll work on it as far as we can. Hold it. And the incoming government, by the grace of God, when we win election, will also see what we have done this far that has worked and try to improve on it, and see those things that we tried to do that we couldn't do, to see how best they can do them so that we can deliver a more secure country, that will be the hope of every one of us.
As we approach 2023, we don't know who the next president will be, but we do know who the president is now. So in your opinion, can you share with us what you think President Muhammadu Buhari's political legacy is going to be when he leaves office?
One of the legacies is during his time you came into existence, Arise. That's one of his legacies. You can't deny that, can you? Before Buhari, there was no Arise. I stand to be corrected.
Arise as an organization came before President Muhammadu Buhari as an organization.
Please. Arise Television.
Okay.
Arise Television, please. Arise Television. Please, let's be honest with ourselves. Now, we have developed what people like you don't talk about. You only address the negatives that we face as a country. You don't address the positive aspects of this administration. Take a look at the infrastructure development generally across the country. What do you say about what was on the ground and what we have today? Is that not a legacy that can be followed? Take a look, I don't know which part of the country you come from. Take a look at the second Niger Bridge. How many years were we talking about it before Buhari came? Take a look at the southwest highway before Buhari came. What was it? What is it now? The eastern flank of our national network, road network. Is it what we see today is what used to be there before Buhari came on board? See what's happening around Borno, down to Kano, down to Kaduna. See what's happening between Kaduna now and Kano, Kaduna and Abuja roads and other network of roads. See what's happening with our shipping lines. When Buhari came on board, how many ships did Nigeria have? How many ports did Nigeria have? In what condition were they? What condition are they now? How many airports do we have? What condition were they in? And what condition are they in now? How many waterworks do we have in the best parts of the country? What condition were they in? All right? Yes, there is a lingering problem of the university in the education system. I don't doubt this. I won't deny that fact. But the fact of the matter is, how long has it been there? Every government comes and holds that to resolve issues. Every government that comes. Any government that says you come with his eyes closed, it doesn't know plans, it's no government to speculate with. That's what will happen to the country. We came with the idea, very clear ahead what we want to do. Unfortunately, the factors, you don't control all the factors. You do what you best can do in a given situation. And this far, we've done what we get. Definitely, no sane person will say he's happy with the security situation. I am not. But it's not everything.
Will you therefore give the Buhari administration a pass mark, given what you have described as its legacies? How will you rate this administration?
From the trend of your questions, whatever mark I give her administration, you probably will subtract some out of it.
No, I will allow you to give first, without subtracting.
I will give him pass mark. I repeat, I will give him pass mark. Of credit.
Okay. As the chairman of the party, I won't argue that. But I'm not sure how many Nigerians will agree with you. As you know, Chairman, I don't know how many Nigerians will agree.
I know you will not be one of. I know you will not be one of those who will agree with me. I've been issue.
I think you're wrong, sir. I think you're wrong. I think I'll be fair on this administration.
All right.
We know. We know the areas.
Thank you for correcting. Thank you for correcting me. Thank you for correcting me.
So the other part, before we let you go, Senator Adamu, is to now lay bare the areas that you think the incoming administration should pick up from the legacies and the pass mark that you have given to the Buhari administration. Is it economy? Is it power? Is it insecurity?
Every responsible team that come to take government to assume leadership first will take a look at what happened or what was happening before it comes in. And the best circumstances will permit them to do, they will try to level up issues, take matters on their merit, and if there are areas require attention, they give priority to those areas and move on. Every government will come with its own agenda. Yes, it's the same party, but by the time we face the forthcoming election, we will come out with a manifesto of our party. And the person who is going to come in will be part and parcel of that manifesto, development. And if God, bless our efforts and we deliver a government, such a person, such government will now go along the lines of the manifesto that the party gave to the country to get elected.
Senator, before we let you go, I don't know how you've experienced this interview so far.
Your colleague, my sister, your colleague said before they let me go. You are saying before you let me go. Okay, let's go. Keep going. Don't let me go.
Eventually, one of us will let you go. We just haven't decided. There are three of us here. One of us will let you go. We just haven't decided which one of us it will be. Senator, I do want to speak to you about.
Enjoy your time.
Oh, thank you. You've been very gracious with us so far. Senator, I do want to ask you about the position of women.
Go ahead. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, good. I'm happy to hear that.
Wow.
I am.
That's a big one.
I am happy to hear that.
That's a big one. Now, I want to tell you that of all the political parties that are on stage today, none of them has done for the women what we have tried to do this far. The APC is opening up its flanks to ensure that there are more women involved in the affairs of governance, the three arms of government, both the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary, that women should have a fairer deal in the affairs of government in this country. And the way to do it, first, the arm of government that makes the rule or law is the assembly, is the parliament. If you take a look at what is happening today with the aspirants and what have you, you will see the improvement that, women now enjoy, all things being equal. If we win our elections, we're in a position to tell you that there will be more women now in parliament than we used to have. The APC is the only party that made contest of election free for women. Free. The only thing they paid for is what we call expression of interest form. That's what they paid for. Everything they done is free. And we did it deliberately to give them the opportunity, because we know they are handicapped, we know they are disadvantaged socially and economically. So we made sure we created this latitude to encourage them. And we will throw every resource available to us, human and material resources, to ensure that our female candidates now, not aspirants, candidates now in the various elections, come out, with flying colors by the grace of God. We are going to do this as a matter of duty to the country. We do believe that without the women standing by us, we cannot deliver. We can deliver the goods. As mothers, as our wives, as our sisters, as our daughters, we owe them a duty to give them all the encouragement that is there. The fact of the matter is, our historical antecedents have disadvantaged them. We are trying to correct the imbalance. And if people like you will help us, we will cover very good ground, as we go towards the next election. And by the time we form the government, you will see the kind of representation we will have. By the grace of God, it will be much better than that has been the case. If you take a look at what this administration has done in the course of the other admissions and what have you to the various law schools in the country, you see with women that we are producing as legal practitioners, we are covering ground. The thing I say earlier is that some of you, I'm sorry, I'm not now singling you out. I say some of you or some of us do not talk about government in positive terms. I do appreciate that the government is always on the fairer side. In here and any other place, I appreciate this all together. But let's be fair, because fair is fair. If I do one thing that is good, it's only fair to mention it and tell the public that this is what my action, will result in terms of the fortunes of the country. But instead of doing that, we don't mention one good thing. It's always the bad thing. It's always the bad thing. And it's not right. I pray, even though you don't sound like you want to contest election, but I do pray that one day you get the challenge to be part of this process, to go contest election and come and be an actor. I will appreciate that our children who are coming behind us will also cover you as the then members of the estate.
All right, Senator Adamu, talking about the children, it's very refreshing, by the way, that you have all these plans. I'm here. We can hear you very clearly. Hello? Can you hear me?
They've gone.
No, we're here.
We're here. We've not gone anywhere.
We're here. It looks like have we lost connection with the APC chairman? It looks like it.
That's a shame. I was going to ask him about the youth. We're talking about women.
That would have been a nice point to round off the interview. I haven't spoken, about women. And I like the tone that he used in speaking about women. That tone was not combative, was not confrontational. And I was hoping that he would say a word or two.
Okay.
The engineers are trying to reconnect with him, at least for the last 2 or 3 minutes, so that he can share his thoughts with us on what APC has done for the youth and what they
and what's also in the offing for, for the future.
I mean, the youth constitute 65% of the population and the voting bloc. You know. But then was it not interesting that Senator Abdullahi, refused to acknowledge that Osun has gone to PDP?
I think that was the crux of the discussion so far.
Yeah.
That quite exactly that. He refused to acknowledge.
It may be hard to accept, though, but I'm aware that even the former governor, the current Minister of Interior, Aregbesola, has tweeted, saying that light has come to Osun and that this might be like a dress rehearsal for what is to come in 2023.
Well, it sounds like we've got
All
the
right,
senator
we have
back.
the senator back. Senator Adamu, good to have you back for the last 2-3 minutes. We apologize that we lost you at that point. Abi was trying to ask you about the youth, so I'll let Abi, ask the last question.
Sorry, I lost you.
Well, we're glad that we have you back. That's no worries. It happens sometimes. We're glad that we found each other again. Senator,
I am glad I have you back.
So are we. So I was just asking about your plans for the youth. You spoke so colorfully about the plans for women's affairs, which is so refreshing to hear. Let's get from you a sense of what the APC has got in stock for the youth and what work is also on ground currently.
You see, the youth, just like the women, they are putting them together, they're the life wire of the followership of our great party. Without the youth, and this youth, includes boys and girls. Without them, there's no party, whether you're talking to APC or any other party for that matter, anywhere in the world. So they are our premium, our esteemed followers. And the programs we have for them, we generate the problems along with them. And you will see when our manifesto is out for 2023 election, you will see the specific roles, the enticing roles, the encouraging roles that will give youth. I want to say youth, boys and girls.
All right, that's a good one, and I think that's a good point to end the interview. Senator Abdullahi Adamu, Chairman of the All Progressives Congress. We wish you the very best towards the 2023 elections, and we hope that your party will justify the confidence reposed in them by majority of Nigerians, because you control 22 states at the moment, going to 21 from November. So thank you so much, Senator Adamu, and thanks for joining us.
It appears you are very excited about this figure 21.
No, I'm not excited about it.
You're talking 21 gun salutes?
You
are talking 21 guns. You are looking at 21 gun salutes in 2023 after winning the election?
Well, I mean, if you go into the elections with 21 states, that will be a good pass mark for APC.
No,
Thank you.
You see, you've made it very clear where you are.
No, I'm with
and
you.
I know who I'm talking to now.
I'm with you.
I'm very happy. I know your identity. I know your political followership. I know your inclination.
No, I'm with you, Senator
Nigeria
Adamu.
belongs to all of us. And by the grace of God, when we win,
yes,
we will be together. And I wish Arise the best of luck, the best of business in the media world. And I want to assure you that I'm with you always. The party, APC, will be with you always. Irrespective of what you feel about us, we do hope that by the time we have the next interview, you'll be a different person. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. And that brings us to the end of the morning show today. Thank you for watching, and do stay safe. I'm Steve Ayorinde.
And I'm Adefemi Akinsanya.
And I am Abby Owolawi. From our entire team here in Lagos, Nigeria, enjoy the rest of your morning and, of course, the rest of your day. Goodbye.